All right, music segment. At what point do you think an artist should give up on their music? At what point do you think an artist should give up on their music, Mr. Davis?
It depends on what they're doing it for.
Mm.
I still do music because I love to do music.
Mm-hmm.
That's I got a love for it. Now, if I lose the love for it, then I'm done. But at this point, I still like rapping. I still like singing.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, I feel like artists should give up on music when they lose the love, and I'm doing it to get the message out. If
Mm-hmm.
something pops, then cool. Thoughts?
I agree with that. I think an artist should give up the music when their motives, yeah, just when they don't enjoy it no more. I don't want to say the exact same thing you do because that's what I was thinking, man. If you don't love it no more, don't do it. If you're doing music only for money, you're not gonna love it no more because a lot of artists make money and a whole lot more don't. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Yeah.
really make money. I can give an example of myself. I have more joy right now creating beats than I did recently performing music. And only because of this, I don't like industry stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the politics of it. I get disappointed because, I can have there was times I have a show, I'll be so excited to go, and then the politics of it just ruin everything. You know what I'm saying? So it may be something where you practice for months and you ready for it, and this your time, and you tell people, yo, I will be here at this time, and then you get there and they move your time for no reason other than they want to get somebody else on in your spot that they think more highly of than you. And it make you want to lose. I ain't gonna say lose your religion. I don't like that because I would never lose my religion and my faith. But it makes you want to just get pissed off, lack of better words. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So things like that was very aggravating with me. Or, you put up a song, for example, that you worked so hard for, and some people judge your music in 2 minutes for what you did that took you 3 months to do. So that's aggravating. That's part of the industry, and I get it. So for me, I got hundreds of beats nobody heard, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not doing it to please nobody. So yeah. Hagen says, speaking of your music, big bro, tag me the next time you post that ride, fool.
Oh yeah. My
Yeah,
bad, little bro.
yeah,
The other thing about point of giving it up, if it start becoming a moral issue, man.
yeah. That's
If you
good,
if you
bro.
if you gotta if ladies, if you singing and
Mm-hmm.
you like, nah, I'm good like this.
Yeah.
And I mean, because at some point in time, especially for female
Mm-hmm.
rappers and singers, because female singers, they can, we talked about if you what is that? Earthy. What is it called? Neo soul.
Yeah.
If you saw it, even with the neo soul, they start making them dress a little
Show
more
some skin.
skimpier. Yeah, show some
Mm-hmm.
skin. You show your feminism is what they,
Right.
show your femininity, all of that stuff to sell, to sex sales. So if
Yeah.
it gets to a point where your label or hey, this is the only way you're gonna make it. The only
Mm-hmm.
thing I say is look up the folks that didn't do that. Queen Latifah is
Mm-hmm.
very respected. And in the THH world, Jackie Hill is very respected. There's a
Yeah.
lot of female artists that don't show skin and they
Mm-hmm.
make you focus on their talent. They make you focus on that. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as an artist, if you got to compromise your belief system in order to go somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe you should give up on the music. You dig? Now, if your motive
Yeah.
is the money, I get it. And if you're under contracts, there's some legalities about the situation where you may
Right.
can't.
Right.
Example, and I'll let you go. People wanted to know how Michelle from Destiny's Child could make a gospel album, then go back and do a Destiny's Child album. That's called contract. Woody
Yep.
Rock, who was with
Drew Hill.
who Drew Hill, he
Yeah.
made a gospel album, but he had to go back and make more Drew Hill albums because he's under
Mm-hmm.
contract. So
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, when you see people switch over to gospel and then they back with their group, that's because they have to do that
Mm-hmm.
contract wise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think another reason people should give up on their music, and we don't say this a lot in the artist world, sometimes you ain't good. I mean, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people not hating. Sometimes you just not good. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we take it as that, oh, they just hating. They don't see the potential. Nobody see the potential. It ain't no potential. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You should be doing something else. You hear this a lot when it comes in the Christian music. We got enough artists. We need some people, some label owners We need some people to do other things because a lot of times with artistry there comes spotlight. You're up front, but some of these other roles you're not up front. So being good matters. It does. It being good, and there's some people that are good that are not nationally known, but they're good enough. They make money off their music. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Not because you're not nationally known or you're not a big star and you're not getting a whole lot of articles written about you. That's not what I'm speaking of. I'm speaking of technically you're not good. You know what I'm saying? Like you never learn how to rap within bars. You don't know how to count bars. You don't understand that. You don't know how to put together a hook that goes within the hook's bar selection. Things like that. If you can't do those things and you've been rapping 8 years, then you just may not be good. You're unwilling to grow because growth takes work in any arena, just like in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro.
I'm sorry. Hey, what you saying is absolutely true. I
Yeah.
got caught up in the comments. You petty, bruh. Anyway, that's why he said insider. You are
Yeah.
super petty for that. That is a hard pill to swallow.
Mm-hmm.
And when not good. And there's a difference. There's a not good and then there's an intimidating factor.
Right.
You dig what I mean?
Right.
So sometimes you are good and you intimidate others, so they'll use you for what you can do for them, but they'll never elevate you. You dig
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that happens a lot in the music business. And you gotta find your niche. Like a lot of these people that y'all see now,
Yeah.
I think Money Long. I'm gonna go to the R&B side, like Money Long, who was another one? Dream. They
Mm-hmm.
can make their own albums because they're songwriters. They making more money in the background, and then they turn around
Right.
and you don't see them no more. But then when you start looking at writers' credits, like,
Yeah.
man, they wrote that. Like Candy from Escape.
Yeah.
She done wrote for multi-platinum groups like Backstreet Boys or NSYNC, and
Mm-hmm.
she done wrote for so many different people, but she was in the
Mm-hmm.
background. Nobody even knew she was still doing her thing when Escape apparently fell off. She was still writing
Right.
hits.
Right.
And you got to be able to pivot. Maybe it's not your thing to be out in the forefront. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
you good with that pen and you can teach
Mm-hmm.
somebody else how to be
Mm-hmm.
swagged or cocky. And that's the reason you got your Drakes, you got your
Yeah.
Lecrae's, you got these folks who don't think they writing their lyrics, folks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have longevity that long if you don't have a team of writers. You
Right.
know what I mean? For
Right.
my CHH artists, fans, yes, KB has a team of writers. Andy Mineo has a team of writers. It doesn't mean that people are writing for them all of their lyrics. It just means their
Mm-hmm.
team of writers come in and they collab to write a song, and it
Right.
ends up being dope. There's nothing wrong with
Right.
it. Now, in the hip hop underground boom bap world, oh, that's blasphemous. You better
Mm-hmm.
not ever tell nobody somebody writing for you.
Yeah.
But in the rap world, yeah, it's happens all the time.
And sometimes what it means to piggyback off what Rob is saying, sometimes what it means when they say is writing a song, it may not be they literally writing the lyrics of their verse. They may get sent a beat with a hook and transition and all of that on it. And those people, if you accept that song, even if you go over and do the the exact same hook, they wrote that hook. You
Yep.
get what I'm saying? So they getting writers credit for that. So
Yep.
sometimes it's that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like I saw, it's a long time ago, Miss Kiki Sherrod had a show that was on BET, and she had got this beat from Darkchild. She went to Darkchild's studio, and Darkchild played the beat. The song was on there, the verses was on there, the hook was on there. And she's like, yeah, I like this. She said, oh, he was like, you really feeling it? Let's drop it. So she ain't got no lyrics, nothing. She walked in there and recorded the song because she heard the song, sung over the parts that was there, right? And then it was her song. You get it? So he sold the beat and the song. So he's
Yep.
getting producers credit and writers credit. So
Right.
and that's smart for him as a businessman, as a producer, as well as a songwriter. So it don't always mean like, okay, Drake had these fire bars and somebody else wrote it and they should get credit for it. It don't always mean that. As for Drake or any other artist, it
No.
can mean that, but I'm
Right.
not saying it don't always mean that. For me personally, nobody ever did that for me. That part, like right now, I've had other people write hooks easily,
Right.
because
Right.
they may be able to pull something out this beat that I can't pull out of it. I can only hear the hook one way. I do that most of the time. If I have a singer on the song, they writing the hook because I want them to sing with passion. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm writing the hook, they may not have no passion. You know, if I'm writing the hook, be like, yeah, I sing it. But if I let them write it, all that passion coming out.
They coming with it.
Yeah,
Speaking of hooks, but this is the reason why your paperwork got to be in order because
yeah,
Lil Broden been on my first album. He did the hook. You dig what I
yeah,
mean? I did my own bars. He did the hook, and then on my second album, he gave me a hook. You know what I mean? And then I've gotten hooks from other people over the years. You know, my homegirl wrote a hook for me. Like she did a thing. You dig what I mean? I couldn't get nothing out of it. I'm like, look, I'm stuck. And then the next thing you know, my song lied to me. She wrote
yeah,
that entire hook, and I'm like,
yeah.
dang, I put my swag to it. As a matter
Right.
of fact, I even thanked her on the at the release party. Like
Yeah.
she wrote that entire hook. I didn't get anything. Didn't write the lyrics. Even Dom on the last album that I did, Dom was like, nah, Dad, say it like this. He still gave me the idea of how to do the cadence, not the bars, but yeah, hooks, bridges. I don't, excuse me, I don't mind.
There's no problem with it. Hagen said, if I give Big Bro one bar in a 3-verse song, I'm supposed to get writer's credit.
Yeah,
I mean,
He ain't lying.
and he do. He know the song is about to drop. Hey, bro, I need you to be on my info. Yeah, always, man. You got to give people their props, man. I'm not with that. I'm not pulling no Lauren Hills out here.
yeah, I ain't with that neither, man. Got to give people their props, man. All right, so at one point, do you think an artist should give up on their music? We all agreed. One, when they don't have the love or passion for it anymore, and also I said when you're not good. You know, if you're just not good, you ain't good. You ain't got it. So
Right, right.